Hello and welcome. You know, we're all told the same thing. Stay active, get your steps in, take that daily walk. It's pretty much the gold standard of advice for healthy aging. But what if that advice, as good as it is missing a huge piece of the puzzle? What if your daily walk is leaving you vulnerable in ways you haven't even thought about?
So let's just jump right in with a big question. You're doing everything right. You're walking every day, maybe 30 minutes, feeling pretty good about it. But is that steady, straight-ahead stroll really enough to protect you from a fall? Well, the science is pretty clear on this, and the answer might surprise you. It's a big, resounding no.
So, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll bust that walking myth. Then we'll dive into the real science of stability. After that, the good stuff. 5 simple exercises that can change everything. We'll see what this looks like in real life, and I'll leave you with a super simple 10-minute plan you can literally start today.
All right, first up, let's talk about the walking myth. And let me be perfectly clear. Walking is fantastic. It's great for your heart, your mood, everything. We are not knocking walking. But if it's your only defense against falling, especially after age 75, it has some pretty serious blind spots.
I mean, just think about it for a second. When do you actually feel unsteady? It's probably not when you're cruising down a flat, straight sidewalk. It's when you turn around too quickly in the kitchen, right? Or when you have to step sideways to avoid the cat. It's those little moments. Getting up, reaching for something, reacting to a surprise. That's where life happens, and that's where stability really counts.
And hey, this isn't just a theory. This is what the experts on the front lines, the physical therapists who work with seniors every single day, are saying. Walking is the foundation, for sure, but it's not the whole house. So what is actually going on inside our bodies that makes us less stable as we get older?
So, why does our balance seem to take a nosedive as we age? Well, it's not just one single thing. It's more like a perfect storm of a few different changes all happening at once, and it really starts with our muscles. So first, there's this fancy word, sarcopenia. All it means is the natural, age-related loss of muscle. And look at that number. Losing 8% of your muscle every decade is a big deal. But here's the real kicker. It's not just how much muscle you're losing that matters, it's what kind of muscle you're losing. You see, our muscles have 2 main types of fibers. You've got your slow twitch fibers, think of them as marathon runners. They're great for endurance, like on a long walk. Then you've got your fast twitch fibers. These guys are the sprinters. They're for quick, powerful reactions, like instantly catching your balance if you trip. And here's the problem. As we get older, we lose those fast twitch sprinters way faster. And a daily walk, it does almost nothing to train them.
So on top of losing our reactive muscles, the 3 systems that tell our brain where our body is are also getting a little rusty. Our vision, the balance system in our inner ear, and the nerve sensors in our feet and joints, they all start sending slightly less accurate signals, so you're getting fuzzier information from mission control, and the muscles you need to react are weaker. It's a tough combination.
Okay, that was the science, and it might sound a little bit grim, but I promise, here comes the really great news. We can absolutely fight back. We can specifically target and train these systems and muscles. So let's get practical and look at 5 key exercises that fill in all the gaps that walking leaves behind. Let's start with what might be the single most powerful exercise for preventing falls, the tandem stance. It's simple. You just stand with one foot directly in front of the other, heel to toe, like you're walking on a tightrope. It feels weird, right? That's because it's a position your body is never in during a normal walk. And that's exactly why it works. It trains your side-to-side lateral stability. And the effect is just staggering. A massive analysis from the World Health Organization, looking at 25,000 people, found that balance exercises like this can reduce falls by 42%. Let that sink in. That's not a small improvement. That is absolutely life-changing. Next up, the single leg stance. This is a pure test of your balance systems all working together. See, when you're walking, you have momentum on your side, always carrying you forward. But standing still on one leg, that forces all those tiny stabilizing muscles in your ankles, your legs, and your hips to wake up and do their job. It's pure, focused balance training. Number 3 is the standing leg lift. This is where you hold onto a counter for support and lift your legs straight back behind you. This one specifically targets your glutes and your hip muscles. You need these to be strong to climb stairs, to get out of a low chair, and just to lift your feet high enough so you don't trip over a rug. These are muscles that are notoriously underused when we just walk. And just look at the difference here. It is night and day.
During a normal walk, your glutes might only be firing at, say, 25% of what they can do. But with a targeted standing leg lift, you push that activation up to over 70%. That's the difference between just maintaining and actually building real strength.
All right, exercise number 4, heel raises. So simple, but so important. By just rising up onto the balls of your feet and holding it, you directly strengthen your calf muscles. And why does that matter? Well, your calves are your primary defense against falling backwards. If you trip or get bumped and your body starts to go back, strong calves are what push you forward and keep you upright.
And finally, number 5, a true powerhouse, the sit to stand. This is exactly what it sounds like. You practice standing up from a chair without using your hands. This single move builds explosive power in your legs and glutes. It wakes up those fast-twitch fibers we talked about. The exact strength you need every single day to get out of a car, off the toilet, or up from your favorite chair.
And please, don't underestimate how important this one is. Research shows that older adults who can't do this simple movement have a 2.6 times greater risk of developing serious mobility problems down the line. It is a fundamental measure of your strength and your independence.
Now, stats in science are great, but what does all of this actually look like in a real person's life? Because the change isn't just about your body, it's profoundly emotional. It's about going from fear to confidence. Let's look at one person's quick journey. So, take a 76-year-old woman who started these exercises. When she began, she could barely stand on one leg for 5 seconds. Think about that. She was living with a constant fear of falling, of losing her independence. But after just 3 months of practice, she could hold that same pose for 30 seconds. That is a 500% improvement in her stability. But the real result isn't the number, is it? It's this feeling right here. The fear of falling can be just as limiting as a fall itself. And when you regain that physical stability, you regain your confidence. As this person said, I feel like I have my life back. That says it all. So hopefully you're feeling convinced. You see the gaps that walking leaves, and you see the solution. So how do you actually get started safely and effectively? It is so much simpler than you think. Okay, here's your action plan. Step 1, don't try to do everything at once. Just pick one exercise. That's it. Focus on that for a week. Step 2, safety first. Always do these near a wall or a kitchen counter for support. Step 3, wear good shoes with a solid grip. Never practice in socks on a wood floor. Step 4, build it into your day. Do some heel raises while the coffee brews. Do a few sit-to-stands during a commercial break. And Step 5, be patient. The goal is just progress, not perfection. And that really brings us to the final and most important question. This isn't about adding some grueling new workout to your schedule. It's about a small, 10-minute investment in yourself. So what would it mean to you to move without fear, to keep your independence, to feel confident and safe in your own home? What could 10 minutes a day truly give back to you?